One of the anomalies of raising money is that in some respects, the natural instinct, once someone has given you a gift, is to say thank you, go away, and then not bother them again. Because there's a sense that somehow talking to people is an intrusion on their lives. In fact, in terms of people's relationship to you, that's the worst possible approach that you can take. There's a theater up in Seattle that did an enormously successful campaign. And they did a seat campaign where for $1,500 you had your name screwed onto a seat. And they ceased to invite those people to their events. They didn't ask them for money. They took them off their annual campaign list for 2 years because they didn't want to wear them out. What a mistake. Because those people assumed, well, they just wanted our money. They just wanted us to put $1,500 down on a seat and over 2 or 3 years to pay that $1,500, and that's all they wanted from us. And why should I care about them? And they lost more than half of those donors. On the other hand, I'm on the board of a museum now, and we had 255 donors who gave $5,000 or more. Every one of them got a personal thank you in addition to all of the other communications with them during the year after they made their gift. They have been invited to every event. They've been invited to every opening. They have been asked for annual campaigns. And more than 75% of those 255 people are still donors to the museum. Stewardship is really a key, and it goes back to the fact that giving is not linear, it's circular. What do I mean by that? What I mean is that most people think that you start out giving little gifts to annual campaigns, to memberships, to events, then you might make a major gift, then you make a capital gift or special project gift, and then eventually you might make a bequest or a trust or some sort of lifetime gift. And that's certainly the way giving usually develops. On the other hand, what people forget is that those people become your best prospects for ongoing gifts, and that many people give multiple gifts over their lifetimes to the same organizations for capital or for annual or for sponsorships or whatever, and that if you don't continue to talk to them, to appreciate them, to look at them as members of your family, then you're making a huge mistake. I just had a wonderful conversation with a woman in Midland, Texas, who runs a foundation there. And an elderly gentleman gave $1 million toward a building, and his name was put on it. Every day he drove his car and parked in front of the building and ate a picnic lunch and looked up at the building. Every birthday, every holiday, the members of the foundation invited him in. They never asked him for anything, but they just told him how wonderful it was that he had made this gift, how much they appreciated it, what a wonderful person he was, and how his memory would live on. He eventually died, and he left his entire estate to this cause because he was stewarded. And it was a result of authentic relationship. The people at the college adored this man. They appreciated his generosity, his passion. He had graduated from a major research institution. But that institution, when he made a $500,000 gift, wrote a thank you note, and that was it. On the other hand, the community college that he had supported actually treated him as family, stewarded the gift, and it became his goal to make that institution stronger and to be part of it in a perpetual fashion. So stewardship is really the responsibility of the staff, the board, of everybody who can reach out and talk to past donors, let them know how their money was being used, allow them to see that the institution is accountable and that their gift has made a difference. If you've given money for a scholarship, meeting the scholarship recipient is great stewardship. If you've given money for a building, having a tour of the building is great stewardship. If you've given operating funds toward a mentorship program, going in and seeing that going on and seeing the kids responding to it is tremendous stewardship. Going to an event, as much as I don't love events, and hearing from a recipient of money, of programs that your money has contributed to, lets you know that the money was used well and that you've made a difference. It all goes back to accountability and a sense that you give money not to a building, not to a scholarship fund, but to a human being and to the change that you can affect in that human being through your gift.